Heart. Dot. Dot. Hello everyone. This here is an BokuAka texting story. They will be angst fluff and more. You have been warned. None of the artwork you see is mine. Dot. Dot. Heart. Akashi and Bokuto have been dating for around 1 year and 3 months and 1 week and 2 days. It was an ride thing really. Bokuto was out of high school now in college, and Akashi was in high school still as an student, now going to be in 3rd year in high school and leading the volleyball team. Bokuto though had something planned one night and big grand dinner where he was going to ask Akashi to marry him, not knowing the outcome of asking such an question. Bokuto he was nervous, unsure on how to ask Akashi to marry him. He wanted it to be big but not too big, as he knew Akashi liked things to be simple and easy, so he chose to do that. Bokuto he was nervous, unsure on how to ask Akashi to marry him. He wanted it to be big but not too big, as he knew Akashi liked things to be simple and easy, so he chose to do that. Bokuto he had offered for Akashi to stay at his house for the night. Akashi was going to take the train to Bokuto's house. Bokuto currently lived alone after all. Bokuto he had set up everything for Akashi, saying it was an 1-hour train ride. Everything was perfect. It seemed they were roses that lead all the way to the kitchen, then black roses that led to the bedroom. It was well simple but romantic. Bokuto had made an dinner. It was an steak with mash and veggies. It well looked great for someone like Bokuto, who wasn't the best cook. At least Bokuto he was waiting by the door, nervous, waiting for Akashi to walk, though he himself was shaking slightly. But as soon as Akashi came though the door, Bokuto jumped onto Akashi, hugging him tightly. Akashi, surprise! Look! Bokuto said this with such an loud and happy voice. Before he knew it, Akashi was hugging back slightly and looking around. Akashi's face was an beet red before he pushed Bokuto away slightly, and he held Bokuto's cheek, cupping it. He smiled before rubbing their noses together. Oh Bokuto-san, it's so romantic. You really did all of this? Thank you. Bokuto he let out a small giggle before he placed a kiss onto Akashi's lips, breaking the hug as he looked Akashi up and down and his face blushed slightly. Akashi was wearing a beautiful deep blue waistcoat with an white pile shirt with pants that hugged his legs just right, with then high-heeled boots which really shed the look. It's nothing Akashi. You cooked dinner, Bokuto-san? How sweet. Right? That I did. I'm so great. Let's eat. Bokuto said this as he grabbed Akashi's hand, dragging them both to the kitchen table, and he sat down with Akashi with a big smile on his face. At that he was quite happy really himself. Akashi he sat down, his legs crossed, and he looked around. He noticed black roses leading to the bedroom and blushed in dark red. Before he looked down at the food, he smiled slightly. Oh, you did a good job, Bokuto-san. It's fully cooked. Thanks to you, Akashi. I've been trying to make the best cooked meat just for you. Bokuto said this as he and Akashi had an romantic long dinner. It was filled with much love and easygoingness. In the dinner, even-eyed Bokuto was nervous to ask Akashi to marry him. He knew deep down he would get a no. He knows Akashi said he wanted to wait till after high school. He knows this. Is that why he is so nervous? Bokuto suddenly stood up and he got down on his knees, pulling out an box, opening it to show an ring, and he stared at and shocked Akashi with pleading eyes. Akashi, Kenji, will you in 3rd year in high school, my setter, my everything, marry me? Bokuto Kotaro, an 1st year college student? Akashi he gave Bokuto an pained expression. It wasn't one of happiness most would have, but it was one of sadness and pain. But he stood up and he closed the ring box as he stared into Bokuto's eyes with an soft upset look in them, yet still loving. Bokuto-san, not yet. I will not marry you yet. One day. Bokuto he knew this what would happen, but he couldn't help but tear up, and he put the box on the floor and he covered his eyes with his arm and he nodded slightly, tears falling out of his eye sockets. You're right, Akashi. I know you said we have to wait. Akashi he took a deep breath, stood up from the stool, and he kneeled down to Bokuto and he hugged him tightly, not saying a word. Only after he felt Bokuto's tears slow down did he say anything at all. Bokuto-san, I'm 18, you are 19, you're only in 1st year in college. I'm leaving high school next year. Let's wait till we are older and can make a really good wedding. Till then I'll keep saying no, but when we turn, let's say 25 and 26, you can ask again and you will get an yes. When Bokuto heard that, he smiled so brightly it lit up the full room almost, and he hugged Akashi tightly. Even his tears dried up faster. Then at the dessert on the hottest day of summer, he couldn't help but stand up, picking Akashi up as he did, spinning them both around with a big smile. Akashi, that's it. I'm marrying you when we are 26. And you will be forever mine. Ha ha ha. Yes Bokuto-san, I will be all yours. As Akashi said that in the middle of an laugh he placed an kiss on Bokuto's lips, Bokuto moving Akashi in his arms to have Akashi legs in his arms and Akashi arms around Bokuto's neck only for Akashi to break the kiss with an whine form Bokuto. Akashi Akashi he simply smirked to himself as he whispered into Bokuto's ear with an small tongue flick following. You can have more in the bedroom ko. Akashi Bokuto suddenly yelled that out as he right away carried Akashi to the bedroom which was covered in black roses and candles lit. Akashi wasn't expecting that, but he also wasn't expecting anything less. After all, he's dating the best boyfriend he could ask for. Hello everyone, this here is an BokuAka texting story. They will be angst, fluff and more. You have been warned. None of the artwork you see is mine. After a very long passionate night of loving each other, Akashi was the first to wake up to see Bokuto still fast asleep. Hair and mess. Akashi, who was barely awake himself at the moment, couldn't help but smile at his sleeping boyfriend, who he found to be so cute and lovable. Akashi he sat up slightly, his body locked in Bokuto's arms. Akashi he put an hand to Bokuto's head, moving some of Bokuto's hair away from the owl-like man's face. Akashi placed an kiss on Bokuto's sleeping head before he muttered an soft something. I love you ko, I promise we will be married one day. Good. Kenji, good. Bokuto mumbled this out with a grin on his face. He had been awake the full time, which surprised Akashi slightly, but he only ended up kissing Akashi's lips softly. MHM, well, good morning to Bokuto-san. MHM, really Kenji? Bokuto-san again, what happened to Kuo? Akashi he had huffed and only to shush Bokuto with an finger seemingly telling Bokuto to shush up as Akashi laid down his head onto Bokuto's chest, nuzzling into the warm male. Bokuto he couldn't help but smile softly as he placed an kiss onto Akashi's forehead, cuddling up to the dark-haired male who he loved more than life itself, as he felt Akashi get heavier as he himself started to drift off into a deep sleep. Heart. The end. Heart. Thank you for watching or reading this to the end.